Win every day has been our slogan since 1999. Winning every day was something that we tried to express to the kids. We came off a tough year in '98, and I just wanted the kids to make sure they compete at all times, every single day at practice, every single day in the classroom, every single day at home, no matter what they were doing. I wanted them to think about winning all the time. And I used to tell them, I don't care if you're playing your little sister in a game of checkers, I want you to win. I didn't want you to let them win. I didn't want you to take it easy on somebody. I wanted you to learn how to win, because I thought that would result in wins on the football field. I wanted them to compete in class. I didn't want them to settle for a C or a B in class. I wanted them to get an A. I wanted them to be better than everybody else at that. And I used to tell them, when you go home, I want you to have the cleanest room. I want you to be the best one at cleaning your room. You want to get the best looking girlfriend. I mean, no matter what it was, I tried to stress to them that you had to have the best in everything. And that was trying to teach them how to win, because we hadn't won in a few years, and was trying to capture that, get it back, and it took off more than I ever thought it would. I've had dozens of kids write their college essays on what it meant to win every day. I try to end every letter I write with win every day. We chant it at practice every day. Before every game we chant it. Every time we break a meeting we chant win every day. And it's just something that's pretty much become the identity of St. Joe's football.
Well, me and a bunch of these guys have been playing football since we were little kids. I mean, even before we started playing football, a few of us were always going up to St. Joe's practices and stuff like that.
A group of kids that I have known 10, 12 years at least for each of them. Some of them I've known since they were born. My son, my nephew on the team, I've known them their whole lives. For me, 27 years of coaching, every year is kind of tough to say goodbye to a team, because you're never going to have that group of kids again.
And I mean, one of the kids, Pat Mulligan, I've been playing football with him for about 9 years. And to play with someone for 9 years is, you learn, and you almost you feel comfortable, and how to pick each other up, I should say. And I don't know, it's just a feeling that not too many people get to feel. And he's one of my best friends, and just to be a part of something like that for my whole life, just tremendous.
Pat was our big go-to guy for the deep ball for touchdowns, but Jerry was our clutch guy, third down situation. We knew the ball was going to go to him. Quinn had a lot of big catches on first and second down plays, and Joey was kind of the home run hitter. When things were covered underneath, we always had Joey deep. So there was a lot of guys that stepped up. Nick Francis made some key plays during the season. Mike Marini, all the blocking assignments, every play, every game of the year. He kept the offensive line together. Another guy, Nick Adzema, offensive guard, 2-year starter on the offensive line, along with Francis and Marini. Had a great year. Also played nose guard on defense for us. Had a tremendous year on defense. Even intercepted 2 passes from the nose guard position, which is very rare in football. And then he did a great job for us. Ryan Morozic and Ryan Finch, 2 guys we weren't sure if they were going to start going into the year. Both had great seasons for us. Had replaced our 2 off-state linemen, and they're phenomenal. So I think throughout the year, there were a lot of guys, a lot of unsung heroes, so to speak, that stepped up and filled roles and just made it a complete team effort. Without all the little things, the big things don't get done. And we had our big-time players, but every single guy stepped up, and they were big-time at one time or another. And, that's what made us unique. That's what made us a team, and that ultimately made us champions.
Things started going our way, and it looked like we were going to make the playoffs.
I don't know if things were going our way, but we were fighting it, and we realized that we could have laid down, and a lot of those games could have been losses, but we kept going.
And then took a loss to Trumbull. I mean, that was hard to take.
Even with a tough loss to Trumbull, where I think we might have gotten beat up a little bit, and we weren't sure how healthy we were going to be and fit we were going to be for the playoffs.
The Trumbull game was a tough game because we knew we were in the playoffs, but we also knew that we could beat this team, and when you play Trumbull, whether you're 0-9 or 9-0, you want to beat them no matter what. It's the intensity. It's the same type of game. And we came out in the first half and we played great. Our defense was pretty good, and our offense was playing great. And then all of a sudden, in the second half, we couldn't play.
The Trumbull loss was very difficult in terms of the emotion. We started the game with a lot of momentum, great offensive balance, moving the ball as we expected to, making some great plays on defense. However, a couple of plays went against us in terms of the outcome. And in the second half, a couple of defensive stops by Trumbull really turned the momentum. That was a very difficult emotional loss, I thought, for us. And I was very concerned. We were concerned as coaches with how the result of that game was going to play out in the upcoming playoffs.
And we really had a reality check at practice that Friday morning after Thanksgiving, and we had a team meeting after, and we looked at two things, and one was Team A and one was Team B. And Team A was 8-1-1, and Team B was 1-8-1. And Team B was our second half team. We didn't, in our motto for the playoffs was finish, because we weren't finishing games like we should have, and we should have sealed a lot of victories bigger. And that was our goal in the playoffs, to come out for 4 quarters, not just 2.
Well, after the Trumbull game, I mean, we had already known that we were in the playoffs, and we wanted to go into the playoffs with as much momentum as possible. So definitely losing to the Trumbull was definitely not what we wanted. But we knew we were still in great shape, and we went into the Woodland game fired up, and we showed all of Class S what we were really made of.
Our team obviously did very well in that first round against Woodland, and that renewed our momentum for the second round against Valley Regional. And that game started, the second round game started in a very challenging fashion, as they took the first drive right down the field and scored. And we had to respond to that, which we did, obviously, and came back and scored 44 unanswered points.
Played great on both sides of the ball. Again, defense played tremendous. And up front, we did a great job protecting Joe at quarterback. I think we threw the ball over the place, ran the ball all over the place. I think up front we had a really good game, and that brought us, to Rensselaer.
Rensselaer, oh, that was something. I mean, growing up, and not only growing up, but even when we were in St. Joe's, we always talked about playing in like a big atmosphere, big stadium. You always dream about it.
And you kind of just made a run for the Fiesta Bowl, and playing in a stadium, the same place that they play, and especially playing in Ansonia. I mean, rivalry there, the history there, the number of titles they have, it was amazing playing there.
I remember walking into the stadium right before the game and just looking at the lights, hearing the people scream, the music. I was stunned. I didn't know what to do.
Bus pulls up to the ramp going down into the stadium, and you're looking around like, wow, is this really it? And you could hear the muffled sound coming out of the tunnel. And we all walked out, and we walked onto the field, and you just hear the crowd just erupts.
The noise level was very high. I know at times the kids on the field couldn't hear us. It was exciting to play on a field and in a stadium like that, with the music playing every time we scored. And they played the music when we came out of the tunnel, and it was just it was like you were on a stage, and it was really, really special for us to be there. That was our goal in the beginning of the year, to play at Rensselaer and actually be there, and you felt that you were the only show on earth at that time.
They deferred, and we got the ball, and 4 plays later, I think we scored, and we just fired right out of a cannon, and we went right down the field and scored. And I remember it was like a 21-yard screenplay from the pass from Joe to Tyler, and he just bowled his way through the end zone, and it was awesome.
I'd have to say the one critical point in that game where I felt we were going to win was in the third quarter, when we had scored and Ansonia had come right back to score again. I believe the score was 28-21. And we got the ball back after they had scored and cut the lead. And as we were driving towards the north end zone, the Jumbotron end zone, and it was a critical play. It was called by Coach Dell and Coach Shavs. It's a 43 Fox.
You know, we ran a fox, we call it, to Jerry, and you know, he caught it and ran 60 yards to a touchdown. When the crowd went crazy, it was just a great feeling for everyone on the field.
I think that 43 Fox play was the single most critical play in that game, and I think that really is what sealed it for us.
Finally, when we made a 4th down stop, that was crucial. I remember it was a broken play, and quarterback got to the outside, and he was chased down, and we got the ball back, and then LJ scored one more time, and we came out to take the knee, and we knew it was over. And that's when it hit me that, wow, we really did it again.